just so you guys know here, this is going to be a best 3 out of 5, and I have deemed them not to have a time limit tonight, and I'm just kindly asked them to play at a very nice pace. I didn't want to see this go to time and be decided that way. So it looked like Jempty takes the play. Going to protect that damn mode.
Yeah, so, I mean, as the blue deck, I think this is the right call, because again, we talked about how that Christian's best chance of in this match is to hit early and often.
Yeah.
And Jempty in this match, because he is a blue deck, has play with the tank being out there. So.
Yep. Yeah, I mean the tank's he's representing a lot more health than the orange decks are representing. So it's definitely better for him to just get 2 damage on the tank. And then he also puts it on the plane, which is, pretty important as well, because now Christian has to kind of decide if he's willing to send that hurt plane, basically.
Yep. So he doesn't take the hold the line there as a green, which I kind of agree with in the early game. So Christian gets a first turn rocket processor, which is going to be huge in this match.
It's really good.
Yeah. I mean, that could just be a game-winning play right there, because again, there will be no chance of him running out of gas now.
Yeah, if that card sticks around for more than 2 turns, it'll definitely make a huge impact on the game.
Yeah, I don't remember if Jempty has.
He has a reprocess.
Okay.
Yeah, he definitely has one. And there it is, actually. So we probably won't see that pocket processor stick around.
Right, exactly.
That seems pretty obvious to me. So it looks like he got in there for just the 2 damage. So this is definitely the exact thing that Jempty kind of needed here, was this early reprocess, because if he's able, not only did we not get a black card out of Horribull this turn to put some extra damage on, but now he's just kind of blank his turn 1 play on top of that.
So I don't know what he has in his hand, but I would never pitch it in hostilities. So I don't know what else is in his hand, but now I know. I think he flipped it in hostilities in the first combat.
Yeah.
So he's now out of them. So I don't know what could be in his hand that I would possibly value over that card. Especially when you have a flip available to you, there's just no card that I wouldn't want to have access to as the game goes on. So I don't really understand why you would ever pitch that card.
Yeah, it'd have to be a PTT, a Brainstorm, a Ruse, and a Reflect or something like that, somewhere along those lines. But I think that the end hostility is just too important later in the game.
Yeah, I'm sure one of them's the Reflect damage, but we'll see. I mean, I think he has to reprocess this turn, so
yeah. Christian knowing that he has the reprocess probably definitely makes this slightly easier, because what he's going to do for the turn.
See, so he flips over Perceptor, Chemian Crash, and Handheld Blaster in one pile, and Bigger They Are, and Reflex Circuits in the other. I don't think there's any choice here. I think you obviously take the pile that has the 2 playable cards versus the 1, but I'm pretty sure that might just be the right pile to take regardless. Right. So
so there goes the reprocess, like we assumed.
Yep.
And then we'll see if there's maybe he Reflex Circuits up his plane or something.
I mean, I would think so. I mean, I would think that would be the I mean, we know he has that, so I mean, I think unless he's going for some kind of offensive play, I think that's the safest play to make, to not even give your opponent any information and kind of force the situation into them. It's probably the play I would make anyway, no matter what, because I don't want to give my opponent any reason to know that I have any other cards in my hand, and that's just play the card that they know you have. So
all right, so he puts it on the tank. Now the thing about the tank there is that if Christian is able to KO the plane, then the Reflex Circuits will get to move over. It's definitely a lot harder to KO that tank on top of that. So it's more or less a guarantee that that's going to stick around. So
I don't think it really matters tremendously which one you put it on, unless you think it's...
That's going to deal at least 4 damage there, I'd say. Yeah, with the double hit on the Pierce journey. So
yeah. So I would take the Reflect damage here no matter what is in my hand.
Unless I already have one, I agree. But
he obviously already has one because he's taking I think he just took the counter espionage instead.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I know he is. Christian has a couple different secret actions. He has the even the score. He has the hiding spot, and I think he also has hold the line in the main deck. So he has definitely a couple options there that could be at least an annoyance more than anything, I think.
And he plays one Spy Master's Ruse to keep them around.
Right.
For when it's most appropriate.
It also gives him a black off Horribull.
Yes, sure. So yeah, we talked about that interaction that basically gives your secret actions, like, it makes them all black for that specific purpose. So.
Right.
So would obviously be playing into plane here. I think it just depends on how much he actually wants to play into it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, like it looked like there he took a moment to really think about what he wanted to do, because you saw he put the cards back down, and he like kind of put the die on top. So he definitely took a look and took a breath and took the moment in, I guess, to figure out what his best line of attack would be.
So without an action player, this does not represent a favorable KO situation. So I don't know what
Right,
he's
so
just gonna play
secret action.
And like this mathematically does not represent a KO.
No. And the pull bull, he still hasn't played a black card yet.
Right, exactly, and that's a big part of it. So like this should be like against an orange deck, this would be exact, but not against a blue deck. So
right, so like he has 8 there, he has 9 Pierce 3. That's 2 Camion crashes and a Precision Fire.
well, that's not even close then.
Right, I'm assuming he attacked the plane.
Oh, I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, so he only dealt 5 damage. Yeah, it was for a grenade launcher. Oh, 6 damage. Yeah, for a grenade launcher play, it's definitely not what you wanted there.
Yeah, and losing the pocket processor, like, I mean, he's down a lot of turns that are very important right here.
Yeah, and like
with only having dealt a total of
7,
8 damage total.
Yeah, 8 damage, and like I said, he hasn't had a single Horribull trigger yet, so
right,
it's definitely behind the 8 ball in this game.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens when you play the pocket processor early, but when you get absolutely no use out of it or any other black cards, that's a problem.
Yeah. I mean,
so,
we saw Christian in the top 4 play a turn 1 pocket processor and abuse it. So
oh yeah,
this is kind of the opposite there. Oh yeah, no, it definitely is. It just happened to not end up, where he wanted it. He also didn't value his reprocess, so I'm actually curious. Maybe he has a Peace Suit in his hand, and like that's maybe his line to kind of get back in the game.
Yeah. So as it stands right now, we don't know what was the other. We know he has he dropped I think he dropped the bigger they are for the.
He has a counter espionage for sure in his hand.
Yeah. So like, which of the secret actions actually do anything here? I don't think. Even if it is a hiding spot, I don't care.
I don't know that you would value the hiding spot over. All right, so here's a brainstorm. I imagine this might be a Spy Master's Ruse turn. Yep, there we go. Jempty loves playing the Ruse off the brainstorm. He's done it so often throughout this event. And then we have a Belligerence. Okay. So he's definitely going for the KO for sure here.
Yeah, the Belligerence helps his attack more than it hurts
right.
his opponent's defense.
Right, because his blues just turn into oranges.
Yeah. So really, this represents like a plus. Like it's basically a +2 attack, which is fun. I like, but.
I mean, because like let's see, Perceptor's at 3, 5. Even at 8, like that's not gonna be enough to KO the plane. So like, I think you have to go into the tank here and say, okay, if you have the hide spot, whatever, So he has a hold line.
Yeah.
So that's actually not gonna be good enough, right?
It's not relevant in the least.
No. Of course, he flips the double orange. Oh, the double blue. There you go.
So he's +4. So he's 9.
Yeah.
So he goes into the tank, or do you go on the plane?
I'm not. It looks like he only flipped 2, so it looks like he went into the plane.
That's a mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's at 8 now, which is at 12. I mean, unless his plan wasn't to KO there, which maybe that's possible.
I can't imagine I mean, he would have Spy Master's Ruse. We know it's a reflect or a what's it called? The blue one.
Hostilities. Or take cover. Take cover.
Take cover. We know it's one of those two. Like no doubt about it, because he would have taken the reflect damage, like off the when he flipped it the one time. So we know it's a reflect damage. So like I don't think I would play into allow my opponent to have a Peace Suit here if that was the case. I think you just take the easy KO and then reflect the damage right back to him.
Yeah, I agree.
And like you're so far ahead, it's like ridiculous. I don't like this is like. Too cute.
It almost feels like it almost feels like this PTT has the opportunity to maybe get back in the game, which is the only reason why I don't like giving it to him essentially.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty telegraphed that he had a PTT here. I mean, because it was his only chance of really, even if he's not literally telegraphing it, I'm pretty sure he has it because it's his only chance of actually doing anything.
Yeah, so he gets the reflect here. I mean, like, the one thing I'm going to note here is I don't think it's possible for him to KO one of these characters out of combat. So that's
For Jempty or
for
Christian?
For Christian, yeah, because
Okay.
so with that, like, this big dude just has to go into something. I mean, unless he has a good upgrade here that the Horribull can attack and KO the plane potentially. But that would require like a fusion bore or something like that. Without that, I don't know that he can get there even in that idea. But the problem that I have with this play is that if he can't KO out of combat and he can't KO with the bull here, then this is going to end up being not a very good PTT.
It's not, but the difference is I don't know what else he could have done.
Right. So he gets to what, 6, 7 Pierce 1. Oh, he's not flipping any blues though. Wow, he didn't flip any blues, so it looks like he just gets there. Oh no, he doesn't. He attacked the tank. Oh wow.
He went for Perceptor.
Oh, okay. All right. Never mind. That's a little different.
Which is probably what I would have done also, but
yeah, like if you can't guarantee it, but if he would have got the plane there, he would have been able to steal the Sky Shadow attack.
So he went for the safe attack first, which is the Horribull attack first.
Right.
So
do you think this just goes in the Perceptor again?
No, because you can't. I don't think you can allow the head to pop off. Because if you allow the head to pop off, you give your opponent an entire turn. Well, no, you don't, because you still get. You won't actually get to do anything. If you KO the Perceptor here, which I think he did. Now we have to make sure they play this correctly.
Okay.
So he has a PTT turn here.
Right.
Where he does not untap.
Right. Yep.
So now I don't like this at all.
Let's just pay attention to what happens here.
Yeah, I think they're fine. Yeah, see, I don't like. I mean, they are playing it correctly, but this is what I think players at home need to understand, like why this is, like, I guess I could call like an interesting play, but it's actually not as powerful when you do it this way.
Right.
Because he's not going to get an attack here.
Right.
So he named alt mode, I assume, right?
Yeah.
And then he does the extra one with Horribull, yeah.
Yeah.
And he can still get the flip off, yeah. I mean, but this is not representing an out of combat KO. I mean, he probably should. How many hit points does Briscoe have?
3.
So he wouldn't have got him.
No
matter what he did.
No. Well, yeah. If he named bot mode and then triggered, he triggered it with Horribull, would have been 2 damage and then flip. So he could have actually stolen the attack there, but I don't know. I don't think he wants to do that for what it's worth.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, this is where I really like, one shall stand in Sky Shadow decks, because this will represent a huge turn if Jempty had a one shall stand.
Yeah.
But,
well, yeah, that's true.
I mean, this would be ridiculous if he had a one shall stand.
I believe he has the belligerence again. So he's going to go and try and KO that Sky Shadow here.
Yeah.
So 3, 4, 5. He gets the 5. So unless he flipped the blue.
It wouldn't matter anyway.
Oh, yeah, it wouldn't matter. Never mind. Yeah, so that's going to get the KO.
Yeah, so all this PTT wound up doing was create this giant turn situation that we're talking about. It just delayed the inevitable.
Right. I mean, because even here, let's say best case scenario, he can KO the plane out of combat, which is a pretty tall order still. That ominous, all it's going to do is run into a Briscoe.
It's going to run into or the plane and then give him back the giant attack. It's as if he got the wheel.
Right.
Yeah, it really didn't. I don't think there was much of a choice, but it really didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And I don't really know that it would have done anything, because either one of the characters that he would have KO'd would have resulted in the same situation with an untapped character.
Unless he attacks with the Sky Shadow first and KOs, like, the plane.
Right.
So then he just creates a trigger where he gets to maybe do something else.
Right, then the Horribull can maybe take out the Sky Shadow before it can attack. So
he didn't flip an orange. He didn't get the Pierce 3, and he defended it off. Oh, Okay. I mean, it's not like it's the biggest thing, but it's one of those like one of those feels bad moment.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even get a. I mean, now. I mean, I think this game's just over. I mean, Horrible has no damage on him, but like, I don't see how. Again, neither deck has one shell stand, so I don't see how there's any play left in this game because I don't. Well, I guess he can. If he draws a Kamian Crash, then he can get the plane.
Right. Right.
And I'm wondering how many many cards.
He has 2 or 3 cards in hand, I believe, because he didn't play a card last turn. He just kind of missed, which I think I would have played into those odds as well for what it's worth. It was just kind of a bad sequence for him.
I'm just wondering whether or not it's like guaranteed that he can get if the plane has to attack, or whether the plane is going to get KO'd as a result of not attacking.
For all that, it would depend on like the secret action that Jempty could play, etc. So that's interesting. He's just like all in on like I'm gonna have an armor when I combine.
Oh well, yeah. I mean that's fine. I mean but I don't really know that it matters who you attack with here.
I think you just KO the Ominous, I would say, to be honest. Checkpoint. Okay. There's a stable cover left, and he has.
We know he has.
And Fusion Bore. Whew.
Yeah, we knew he had this Scourge Blaster.
Yeah, so now he's down to 1 card.
And it's just Peace or Tyranny.
Right. Yeah, so I think now you definitely just run plane into Ominous, KO Ominous, and then go, all right, Bull, draw a Kamian Crash, or deal with it.
Yeah, now I think we scoop up and go to game 2, personally, but that's just me.
Oh, not a fan of this play at all.
Yeah, now any black card just gets him out of combat. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't think that was a meaningful play. I understand why. I mean, like he's all in on him just not drawing a black card here.
Yeah, I don't like this at all.
I don't really like that play.
Swinging with either one of the pieces is, I mean swinging with the tank is completely safe.
The thing is that I don't think he can KO either one of these characters in an attack. And that's really the truth, because he has no damage to move, so like that's not doing anything. So yeah, this is just the worst of it, because he didn't draw the black card, obviously.
Oh, okay. But I mean, the Javelin won't do anything either.
No,
so he just went to game 2. Or is he shuffling?
He's shuffling, yeah.
Oh.
He's not throwing any tails right now.
If it was a time match, I would throw in the towel.
Yeah, I think we're playing it out. It's okay. Like for Christian too, like he hasn't played this particular matchup in the tournament yet. I don't know. I'm not sure he's even played against a Perceptor in the tournament. I know he played against McCoy. That's right, the blue-black one. So it could just be for him gaining more information as well.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I mean, but deck lists are open, so.
Let me take the Spire Master's Roof for this Peace of Tyranny.
Yeah. I wouldn't Peace or Tyranny here, so.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure Jempty would consider a Peace of Tyranny here.
Yes.
But I'm pretty confident that they're both gone. Oh, he did reshuffle though, so anything's possible. All right, so he's gonna ruse. That's probably the stable cover that we had already seen. That's my guess, because I think he only had 1 card left in hand.
Oh yeah, because we saw it off the security checkpoint.
Yeah. So it looks like just a solid 4 Pierce 1, maybe? I think it's just Pierce 1, yeah. So it just gets in for 2 damage.
I mean, I guess there's like, I don't know. There's still a chance he could like just lose because he just takes too much damage, doesn't do enough damage back.
Yeah, it would definitely require the Bull to be able to KO the big plane.
Yeah, it would require like, because what he's a 3 in that. He has 5 attack right now.
Yeah, so the Bull's gonna have to flip, go to 6 attack max, and then still flip well. So there's something that even if he's able to, like, he has a Spy Master's Ruse, we know that for sure. So like he'd have to get something for the Spy Masters. Now that that could help. It'll, if he's able to get through this. But this is another thing where I think he has to attack the plane or just attack the tank here and just like not even plan to KO this turn maybe. But I don't know. One of these turns, Jemptys is gonna find an answer.
He has to draw into like a precision fire or a mag ray.
Right. That would definitely help.
And so he has to delay the game as long as possible to stay in this mode.
Yeah.
To where that's going to happen.
Yeah. So I might just attack the tank here and get whatever Pierce I can. I mean, it's more than likely the stable cover under there. Right. So that's probably not going to happen this turn, regardless.
Yeah, I don't like this Spymaster's Ruse play here because I think you were going to do this attack regardless. So
unless he's not.
No, he's going to wait till he combines, which I don't really necessarily agree with because damage is damage. But I understand why he's doing it this way. But I don't think it's correct.
So it looks like Pierce 1.
I mean, he would have saved himself only 1 damage in the end. I guess he figured it. I mean, I guess if he just goes for the tank, I guess when you go for the tank, it's not that big of a deal because there's just very little chance you're actually going to get damage through.
Yeah, he attacked the plane, but the plane still had a sparring gear on it. So
all right, sparring gear, yeah. I guess if he had I don't know, plate of belligerence or something like that, that's when I would have definitely popped it.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, there's his own belligerent, so that's going to be potentially pretty big.
Yeah. I mean, this is what I really like about belligerents and hostilities in mixed pip decks, is because it basically just helps your own combat.
Yep.
They're never dead cards. So he doesn't play an upgrade at all.
He didn't have one. He's playing off the top.
Oh, okay.
So he gets the 7. So he's going to take 5 here.
And then he swings with the tank. It probably gets in for the usual 2, right?
Yeah, I'd assume so. Well, no, belligerence is the entire turn.
Oh, so yeah, right. True.
It could definitely be more. Is not more. It's just 2. What's a new 11?
Of 14, right?
Yes, currently. But, this is definitely that turn that... the thing here is... What could end up happening is we could end up seeing a Graxon ominous fight in the end here, depending exactly what these 2 cards could be for Christian. Because if he found, like you said, a Precision Fire or a Mag Ray, he could potentially put himself in a position where he could KO both characters.
Yes. So if he does find one of them, I think he has to flip. I think he has no choice but to try to KO him in this specific turn if he does have one of those spread damage cards.
I have to agree. Because he can flip, he can deal the extra damage to the other side, and then basically put the tank as weak as possible. So when he goes to attack, he has the best chance of KOing Sky Shadow.
Right. So, I mean, he would leave himself with 1 less defense, so I don't even think that matters.
He's...
The Horrible's KO'd this turn regardless.
Right. I mean, and so Bashing Shield is interesting here, because he probably takes away the tanks, so that's not going to be in play now.
I don't think it matters, but sure. I understand it, but I don't think it's really going to matter.
Huh. He actually doesn't have an extra black card. Wow. Man, he needed that one. That was a rough couple of draws there if he didn't get one.
This is why you need wedge formation.
It definitely helps. I mean, I really enjoyed it when I was running a Horrible Shadow list a month ago on stream. I thought it was one of the best cards in the deck.
You just need a
So this is 6 Pierce 1. I mean, I don't. Oh wait, did he? Oh, okay, he attacked the plane. Okay.
Why didn't he sparring gear then?
You have to flip 2 more for sparring gear, Jempty.
And he's frozen, and I have no idea what's going on.
It looks like he's coming back, but you only flipped 2 cards. Yeah, he only flipped 2. You had a sparring gear on the plane, right? Because he attacked plane. No? Okay.
What happened?
I don't know. I can't necessarily go back now, so I'm not sure. Maybe he just did. Maybe we just didn't see them. I'm not sure. I mean, this bull is dead 100 ways, right?
I don't understand how I mean, I guess like because he's playing off the top. Like, I just don't get how there's no cards here. But whatever.
Yeah, I mean, this thing's just dead to Pierce 4, so it doesn't really matter what he flips here.
No, not at all.
And then if we assume that... Okay. I mean, if we assume that this is just a stable cover... I mean, it doesn't even matter what this card is, to be honest. Like, the Scrax likely isn't going to be able to KO this character with 5 damage.
I mean, if it's hold the line, he can't do anything. If it's stable cover,
I wasn't even thinking about that. It could definitely be a hold the line.
Yeah, any secret action out there, really, honestly, except for in hostilities.
So there's a counting espionage. So I wonder what I'm curious what he'll name here. It's a stable cover, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he didn't get it.
He didn't. Well, that's a mistake because he knew it was stable cover.
There was definitely enough information for him to remember that it was,
or to write it down. Yes.
Right.
And we're not allowing floor rules here. So.
Yeah.
I mean, believe me, it's easier for us on this side of the not table, but wherever we are, world to remember these things. But
so
I think
at 7 attack. So he does get the 1 blue. He has the extra defense also from stable cover, so he's at 4. So he's already surviving this attack,
which is literally all that matters.
Right.
You just attack and win. Like, we don't have to flip cards at all. We don't have to do all the shuffling at all.
Right? Because he's a 4, 6.
Yeah, he's giving up.
So that was actually 8 attack though. So, but he was only going to do a 4. He was only going to do a 4. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The max he can deal is 4.
Yeah.
I think he's just doing it for posterity reasons or for.
Yeah. So he gets the extra blue anyway.
Right.
Yeah, and he counted it, so they're good. Yeah. Okay. So that's game 1.
So if he had named stable cover, he still leaves him alive at 1, right?
He flipped the extra blue in the end, so yeah. Because he flipped, he had 5, and then minus stable cover, it would have been 4 still, so it still would have been just 4 damage.
So his only shot was Fusion Bore, counter espionage, name, stable cover.
Yes.
So that game, I think, was a lot closer than it should have been.
Yeah, Jempty couldn't close it out there.
Yeah, there were mistakes made. That I think there were attacks and like the Briscoe thing.
Yeah.
Like the leaving him vulnerable and stuff like that, I think is what made the game go longer than it probably should have.
Right, I agree.
But I will say that despite not actually only flipping Perceptor once, he was able to get a lot of his lower quantity cards into his hand, and like Belligerence was huge there for him. And I think he played it 3 times.
I was gonna say, I think he played it 3 times.
Yeah. He has 2 in his deck, and he played it 3 times.
Yeah.
And I think that was really like what won him. I mean, it was allowed him to do some massive swings.
Yeah.
To his own favor, which I really liked.
And he had plenty of cards that it could have been like he could have just drawn a grenade launcher. It would have been effectively the same thing, if not more technically. But it did help him in the situations where he was basically just playing off the top. And the good news is, and we've said this numerous times at this point, but Jemptys does basically have a good stuff deck. So most of the time when you're in top deck mode, it's not the end of the world because most of the cards in your deck are pretty good.
Yeah, except for the doubles, everything seems good. Yeah. So Christian decides to go first here, which is definitely the right call.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, though, he would have gladly had drawn a piece of tyranny at any point.
Oh yeah. I meant.
Yeah.
I meant security checkpoint and handle.
Right.
Yeah. So he sends plane into, I assume plane, but I'm not sure.
That's a big number. So he has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whatever he's going into only has 4 defense, so something's taking 6.
Yes.
I imagine it is the plane. It is a Perceptor. Oh, okay, went after Perceptor, okay. Now, we've seen this happen in the top 4, where Cameron was able to KO Perceptor before it ever got to flip.
Yeah, but he took reflect damage on the first turn, so that's not going to happen.
That's true. It's true. You got a point. Card's not bad.
Yeah. So, The thing here is that, like, I mean, Jempty does play, like, I think 2 grenade launchers and 2 fusion boarders in his deck. I mean,
Yep.
there's an outside chance that he could actually. It's going to be hard. He would have to flip really well.
It's unlikely, but he did do it in the top 4 actually, where he flipped like double Peace through Tyranny on his attack. That's an interesting call. Like, what do you think? He just names Peace through Tyranny? Is that what he did there?
I think that's so scared, but sure.
I mean, I don't know. I guess if you don't have another play, you just move on. But I mean, he gains a lot of information now. So like, like double fusion board, grenade launcher, like he's gonna be hitting hard. So I think like that does motivate you to attack with the tank here for sure, just to get the extra defense.
I mean, I think you're attacking with the tank here if you don't have a grenade launcher yourself, regardless.
Yeah,
so.
that's probably true.
I don't like that play at all.
I mean, I don't know what else. Obviously, what else is going on his hand, but I'm not sure Christian would play. I don't think he would play the Peace through Tyranny on that turn anyway. So I think you could have probably got away with playing something else first.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, don't you? I think you just if you play the reflect, you're doing the same thing basically. Like you're taking a lot of like the playability of the Peace through Tyranny away also. So
yeah,
I think you can't. I guess if he doesn't have Spy Master, he doesn't have Spy Master.
No,
so
I assume he didn't.
Raw dog out the reflect. Yeah, you can't just raw dog out the reflect.
All right, so this is just a 7 Pierce 4 attack, which it looks like it's just gonna be the Pierce 4.
Yeah.
So that Perceptor only has 7 health left. The fusion bore has to go away eventually too, but
he's deciding on what to.
He's gonna go for the he's gonna get the processor. This is probably a tough call, but I don't know if it's like with the hand that we had seen, I don't even know if you can take that.
I mean, if Jempty, well, I guess it doesn't matter. If he just security checkpoints here, it's just over. But wouldn't. But even if he did that, it wouldn't matter anyway because it's not like the other card's not a not an upgrade also.
And
so he flip Perceptor,
Javelin, Peace through Tyranny. That's not bad, and an axe. Okay.
So you probably just split upgrades and actions.
I mean, the Javelin's pretty good. I don't think you can put Javelin and Peace through Tyranny together.
No, you just split actions and upgrades, I think here.
Yeah. It's probably the safe bet.
And I don't know what's in his hand, but I think you take the peace turn, you take the end hostilities, the end hostilities will completely blank the next attack. So like you're safe to just play it here. And then you just Peace through Tyranny. So like I think that's what you do.
I can see a play like that, yeah.
I mean the other way, because the axe isn't playable this turn, like you would just play Javelin this turn.
Yeah, the only other option I could see is if you take that, but you know that you can KO and play Reflect this turn, but I don't know that you can actually do that without pretty good flips.
Well, he took the upgrade pile, so we'll see. But I like to take time walks in my hand when I have the option, so.
Yeah. The end hostility literally, most of the time, is just going to be a time walk against this list.
And Peace through Tyranny is a time walk, so I probably would have just taken the 2 time walks in my hand personally, but. Like, I don't know what he can play here. Like, I think you swing into the tank regardless. So if you play the Javelin and you swing into the tank, and you fling this at the plane, who cares? Doesn't really matter where it gets flung.
Right.
I think you should spread damage wherever you can.
All right, so he's just gonna go for the KO on the plane here. But the only thing I don't like about this is that you don't have the reflect down. So at this point, you're putting your Perceptor in super danger zone.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about this play is everything about it. I mean, fling it at the Horribull then at this point. I don't know. If he's gonna just go for the tank to just try to put maximum damage on, I guess that's okay. But
I mean, he's gonna get him. I think
it depends on who he went for. He flipped
it. 7. That's a miss then. I think.
No, is the first one a black or a blue? I can't tell.
It looks like a black.
Okay, so he didn't need the belligerence, but that's okay.
Well, he played it, but it didn't pay off because he only
still went.
Yes,
and he went for
the. Like, it just didn't pay off.
I don't understand all this at all.
So like now, if there's a PTT, it's gonna be ugly.
Yeah, I don't understand this play at all. Because what I would have done is spread damage between the tank and the plane to try not to KO both of them, and then at will play the reflect next turn, get in with the Perceptor on the guy that I know I'm going to KO, and then reflect right back, and maybe just KO the Sky Shadow before he actually even gets to attack.
It's very possible.
I mean, I don't think that would have necessarily happened. He would have been at 17 instead of 20, but that's what I mean. I don't. This line of play didn't do anything, in my opinion.
So we get some damage. To all three characters are going to take some damage there.
And both of...
So that actually KOs his own plane.
And puts one on the tank.
And he gets the bolt, the Perceptor here.
Yeah, this is why was such a bad play.
Yeah, because that Perceptor goes to 13. So
yeah,
and we know he has another fusion bore, so that is potentially 14. And then next turn he just gets the flip his Horribull and KO the Perceptor.
Yeah, I don't understand this at all. Does that kill Perceptor outside of combat? The javelin?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, this was a poorly played game.
Yeah, javelin will. Yeah, that's because it's on 13 and only has 15 health.
Yeah, this was...
So pew pew.
Yeah. None of this should have happened.
So I imagine he went into the tank. Just because all he need to do is find Pierce 5. That would be my guess, but maybe.
Oh, right, because he has the Pierce 4 to start with. So.
Right. So we'll see in a second what he. So it looks like he went into the plane. So. Pierce 6 at least. Yeah, puts him to 8.
So there's no chance that Briscoe KOs Sky Shadow.
No.
No. So the question, and we know that Christian has a fusion borer and a grenade launcher in his hand.
Yeah.
So he still needs a black ability to KO
the plane
outside of combat.
Yeah.
We have no concept of what else is in his hand.
I'm trying to remember what that third card was.
So I don't know what he's doing here.
I think he just scooped. Wow. Okay.
So confused.
Yeah. I guess he just knew that he just couldn't win that game at that point, which I mostly agree with.
I agree, but I don't know. I think he, whatever.
All right, so on Christian's side, he is sideboard. I don't think we're gonna get an Autobot Gears. I don't foresee that coming.
No.
But we have an extra bashing shield, an extra belligerence, and a counter espionage. I think definitely could come in.
Yeah, I agree.
Possible options are, if he feels it's necessary, maybe the bolster in the force field. I don't know that I would go that route. But maybe. And then the system reboot is also probably something I'd bring in. So I would probably be bringing in at least 4 cards. I don't know that I don't think I'd go to the bolster route at all. I think it's just asking probably to take too much out of your deck.
I mean, I would cut the hold the line.
Right.
I would cut the Spy Master's Ruse. I would cut the...
I'd probably shave down on Precision Fire.
I don't think he will.
And I think you probably can take the Scoundrel's Blaster out. I don't really think. I mean, I understand the point there, but I don't think it's actually doing you anything.
Yeah, I agree. And then on Jemptys' side, I would bring in, again, I wouldn't bring in Gears. I'd bring in Hostilities. I'd bring in the Hollow Matter Projectors. I'd bring in the Sabotage Armaments.
Yeah, not the Sabotage Stratagem though, right? We're not...
Right. No. I bring in the stable cover. So yeah, 1,
that's 5.
2, 5. Okay, so I take out
hold
the
the
sparring
line.
gear, the hold the line.
Well, here's the thing: the sparring gear is not as bad in this matchup because he does lean more orange. So I might be willing to keep the sparring gear in, to be honest.
That's fair. I mean, I would. All right, so I would take out. Let's see here then. I guess I would take out the bigger they are because all your costs are the
think
same.
you take out the bigger they are and the heavy handed. I think you just get rid of both of those cards. I don't really, in my opinion, they don't do anything.
And the hold the line.
Right, and the hold the line, sorry. And like, as good as the belligerents were, I actually might shave it down one. That's just me. I don't think you need that card to win the game.
And you don't need the counter espionage at all.
Yeah, you could take Like the
so
only
we can
way,
avoid making bad plays with it.
I would definitely just take that out too. I mean, like if it goes to the extent of the mind games where Christian brought in the bolster and the force fields, and like maybe you try and put it back in, but to me, I just think that if Christian is somehow able to combine a bolster force field play with one bolster and two force fields, you just can't win that game anyway. Probably that's just I don't think that that's a good enough, like a strong enough option out of the board whatsoever for Christian.
Yeah, I think you just make your deck better by
Right.
taking out the mediocre cards and making
Right.
them better. So
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about before, End Hostilities is just a blowout. Sabotage Armaments has the same concept. It could just be a blowout. The second stable cover can just be a nice cover fire. Like that's kind of where I would look at it as. And then the Hollow Matters just make everything annoying. So like I think you just play it that way, and you just kind of go walls up, and you just play the deck how it's kind of designed to be played. I think what he did there, trying to get aggressive, was probably too greedy for my liking. Where I think if you go with Scott's line, where you just take the End Hostilities, you take the Piece of Tyranny, like you literally just get to blank your opponent for a turn, and then just get to do whatever you want. And I think that's definitely the safer way to go.
yeah, I think the other reason I think you cut the sparring gear is because you're bringing in two other armors with the hollow projectors. So
Which I do agree, but it also might be willing enough to just be like, I just want an armor. Like no matter what it is, I think I just might want it.
should they choose to go first as usual and swing at the tank into the plane?
We also, for the record, we haven't seen a showing off yet. All right, what's going on here?
Keeps flipping him. So.
All the one flips. All right, so I imagine he's going to take the Spy Master's Ruse.
Yeah.
And
he kept the bigger they are in.
Yeah.
He kept the bigger they are in, which is fine. I mean, like it's a generic.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure what the correct cards are to take out. I just think from my point of view, I think those two buff cards are willing. I'm willing enough to take those cards out.
They have less impact than the cards you're bringing in.
Yeah.
Like you might have thought there was other cards that have less impact as well. So
I agree. All right, so let's see here. We get a fight position, so a little early on bold action.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the best time to play it is when your opponent doesn't have a.
Oh yeah, 100%. Shields down, you might as well take it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like the damage on Perceptor there. Jesus. Well, I guess you're only gonna have one of those, Jemptys. Sorry. The only reason I don't think I like it there is because, like, once again, these guys know their list, so you have to know he brought in the cards like the Hollow Masters and stuff like that. So to put the one damage on the Perceptor there, I don't think it's gonna do anything in the matchup. Where now, like, you're kind of forcing yourself to have to play a Bashing Shield and like just to like try and get more out of it. I think I just put the extra damage on the tank there, to be honest.
So he pitches a reflect damage to take. He doesn't take the reflect damage.
I thought he pitched a reflex. Yeah. Javelin, checkpoint, and hostilities. That's a pretty rough flip. But like for me, depending on what the hand really looks like, I might be willing enough to just go Hollow Matter, checkpoint you. Like that seems like the best line of play here, because it's like, okay, now you can't. I'm potentially taking away half of your turn, and on top of that, you can't damage my Perceptor anymore.
I mean, I would depend on what's in my hand, but like I would not give my if I have upgrades in my hand, like
All right, so he's taking checkpoint and hostilities this time.
which is exactly how I thought it was going to be split. And I think if this checkpoint hurts Christian, then this way he split the cards is a mistake.
Right. You would consider going 4-0, right?
No, I just put both checkpoints in their own pile.
Oh, that's
like,
fair.
Look, I need to be checkpointed, but you're going to get a worthless second checkpoint in your hand.
Right.
Now he guarantees gets one card and a checkpoint. And I can't imagine checkpoint isn't the right call here unless the rest of Jemptys' hand is all upgrades and he can play one of them. So I don't think it matters.
I agree there, but to me, I think the offensive route did not pay off for him. See, I don't know if I like this play either. What he's thinking about? He's putting it somewhere for sure.
I wouldn't put it on a tank.
Yeah, I think you just protect the Perceptor. I mean, it does make it awkward for the tank, but I think the card's too important to where, if you just put it on the tank, he probably just, all he has to do now is find Pierce 3 on this tank, and that's what I don't like about it.
Pierce 4, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Well, with the move damage from Horribull.
Oh, yeah, you're right. No, you're right. I mean, even just, you're right. Just black cards in general. I don't like this play.
I mean, I still think you checkpoint.
No, he's protected from the black cards, but he's not protected from the move. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, I just mean the black flips. Yeah, I mean,
I don't understand.
I don't know what that card could be, but I feel like checkpointing here, unless your hand isn't unless literally the rest of the cards in your hand are upgrades, I just think that if you just protect yourself here, it's a way better decision.
Yeah, if he plays a fusion warrior, then you should have checkpoint. I mean, you should have checkpointed anyway because of that. Because the only thing that hurts you here is a lot of upgrades. So I don't really understand.
Yeah, I said if the remainder of his hand is if that's a hostilities that he just put down, which is an easy kind of assumption, your hand would have to be javelin, axe, grenade, checkpoint, and okay, I understand why you wouldn't do that, but other than that, I think you just have to take your loss on the upgrades. I guess we're gonna find out what one of those cards are now. All right, so he's actually getting rid of the checkpoint for the bashing shield. So his hand, I guess, has to be upgrade heavy, but even then, I don't think he would do that because wouldn't you just trade one of your other upgrades?
Yeah, I don't. I'm very confused. I mean, to me, when I flip Perceptor in that one situation right there on that turn, I'm I want to get a checkpoint, and he flips two of them and doesn't play it. So
right.
So I don't understand what else he could have played other than the hostilities that he got off of it, or reflect damage to protect himself from a beast or tyranny or something like that. But I don't really, I don't think that's as valuable as checkpointing.
Yep. So there's escape capsule. So not as threatening, but
yeah, that doesn't even really. I don't like escape capsule in the Sky Shadow list at all.
Yeah.
I like it with Horribull, but I don't like putting it on the Sky Shadow pieces because there's very little chance that because it doesn't survive if the piece that it's on gets KO'd.
Right. And I think what's interesting is that the all right, so he's not going for that route. Like I said, I think I would have moved it to the plane there and just seen what happened with this flip.
Yeah, I would have put this damage straight
on the tank.
On the tank. Yeah. On the flip damage on the tank. Yeah. And then that way you only had to flip 3 blacks and you would have got there.
Right.
I guess there's an outside chance that could have been a stable cover, but if you're playing I think you just have to play it that it's the card that you thought it was. So he's going for the plane.
Okay, so that's a big number. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pierce 1. So he's gonna take 6.
So that has to be reflect damage. If it's end hostilities, then it's a mistake not playing it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can see that.
So you can get the reprocess back here, but I would not reprocess the escape capsule.
No. I think
so. You can get it back here; it's not a big deal. But
I think Christian might be down to 2 cards over there, maybe just 1. I can't tell. So he got rid of a second checkpoint. Right, so he had 2 checkpoints in his hand.
Yeah, I'm very confused. So his hand was, he could have had 5 cards in his hand. I don't know.
He had 4 cards. All right, so there's 3 cards in Christian's hand now. I see the die. He had 4 cards last turn when he decided not to play it, and 2 of them were a checkpoint because he's gotten rid of 2 checkpoints on greens.
All right, so he has a base 5 attack Perceptor, and I don't know what he could play here that's going to be at all valuable.
I mean, if that's not an end hostilities that's down, I think you almost have to play the end hostilities as well.
Yeah, and if it is down, then I just think not using it last turn was a mistake.
He's had at least 5 cards in hand currently.
He has that many now, or he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has at least 5 cards in his hand right now. And we just know the last two greens that he picked up, which was the reprocess and whatever the card was before that.
It wasn't the Hollow Miner that's down.
No, I don't think so. That was the turn before. I forget what the other one was. I might be wrong though. It's possible that I'm wrong.
I know he pitched 2 security checkpoints.
Yes, yeah. So. And the third one is underneath Perceptor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is definitely in the tank. He's definitely like in the what do I do for this turn play. Because, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of damage out. Perceptor only has 2 cards under him. So there's a good chance that he can't KO anything here. And at that point, it just becomes, what can I do that helps me get out of the turn?
I mean, I think if you can't KO something, you just have to put as much damage as you possibly can on the pieces and hope that you can get out of it through. I mean, the problem is, again, like, he doesn't have access to that much direct damage, so like that play is not going to be as powerful. But
I mean, he has a couple K-Main crashes. He has the couple javelins. He has an armed hovercraft. So he has some.
Yeah.
He has it in there. It's not like like 3 crashes or anything like that, but
yeah,
he's probably got 5 or 6 spot cards, and then on top of that, he definitely has the reflect down there. Or assumingly so.
Unless it's the end hostilities, yeah.
Yeah.
But he didn't take the reflect. He took the Hollow Miner, so.
Right. Which could have telegraphed it also.
Or the other one take cover, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. This is probably what he needs to do. The only thing that's tough about this is that the Perceptor isn't like I think he still needs to find a showing off to make something out of the Perceptor attack next turn.
So is he? So what? I don't remember what match that was, but if I think it was the quarterfinals match. Just please attack with the Perceptor first this time. Like if he doesn't, then
it depends on what the upgrade is, but yeah.
He's not doing it again.
He's just gonna KO the character here.
So he's gonna make the mistake again.
So 8 minus 2 is 6. Yeah. So like it's the same scenario here. If he had attacked with the Perceptor into the tank, there's a chance he can actually get there, which he would have with that flip. So he actually would have got to 9 and dealt the 7 damage to KO the tank.
Yes.
So like this is the scenario of like if he has another solid upgrade to play, then like we're okay. So he doesn't have the reflect, so it's definitely the end hostilities, I think. So
oh my god,
you're definitely right there. Like that end hostilities could have saved him 6 damage, or not 6 damage, but more than you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, he probably would have. I still think he would have. He wouldn't have pieced or tyrannied like a no damage guy. So
right.
So now, I'm trying. So wait, did he not? So now he can only flip back.
Right. He flipped a body mode this turn, so he couldn't do anything else. Which is the same reason why you attack with the Perceptor first.
Yes, this is.
Because I mean, like 12 damage on, you only have 5 attack to start. You need a lot of help to KO this Sky Shadow now.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, if you can't KO him, just take the cards.
Yeah, that's probably true. I could see that.
And just just hope that your own Sky Shadow survives the 2 attacks.
Which is highly unlikely, but yes.
I mean, yeah. I mean, actually, no, he can't because he doesn't have. He has Pierce 4, so he can't. So put the damage on the Sky Shadow. Like the Pierce 4 just gets you, so it doesn't really matter. This is a wasted damage on the Perceptor.
It depends if he can KO the Sky Shadow or not. Oh well, okay. So he can KO the Sky Shadow, takes the attack, but what you're saying is that it's going to die to the Ominous. But
Yes.
he might be okay with that. There's a chance that he's okay with that. That energy capsule was on the plane, right? And he attacked the tank, so that didn't carry over. I'm just making sure here.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so that KOs. So he gets all that, which is great. So note it actually. Yeah, he's definitely KO'd. If that is end hostilities, the Ominous will not KO the Sky Shadow because he'll only have 3 attack right now.
Yes.
And the unhostilities will keep him alive.
No, he doesn't. He has 3 Pierce 3 because he has the escape capsule.
Right. There's only 16 damage.
Oh, yeah, it's 4. It's 4. Okay, yeah. That's right. I forgot the Camion crash didn't go on. So yeah, that's fine.
So there is that line to where you can potentially blank the Ominous, or at least make it as a wasted attack.
If that happens, then Christian's hand's just terrible.
I mean, he has 4 cards in his hand. It seems unlikely, but he also, remember, you can't put any damage on him either because of the Hollow Matter. So,
but I mean, he has to have a weapon.
Right.
I mean, literally any weapon, like enforcement batons, would do it.
So it looks like he doesn't have it.
Right. So I assume he has a black action here, or else you wouldn't even flip, probably.
He might, because he's still, he might have to try and get through. Because if the bull can get through a damage, then it's fine. But it just means he has to sink both attacks into the Sky Shadow.
I mean, I think you swing at the bull first, because that way his Ominous isn't potentially KOing your Ominous.
Right.
So the right play here is to attack with Horribull and to play.
So he's gonna name. I assume he's gonna name the end hostilities. So he does get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. This is just.
And then you
you
get to deal a damage to Perceptor.
Right. Yeah. So there's 6 damage that should not have occurred for sure now.
I'd say at least 4, but yeah.
Yeah. So are we?
Hold on.
What?
Just so we don't miss it, the Horribull trigger on the counter espionage. Thank you.
I mean, you still swing with Horribull first. I mean, there's just no doubt about that, because Horrible's not vulnerable. Your Ominous is vulnerable.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a good chance the Horribull, unless you flip like a white and a couple blacks or something like that, I don't think you can KO the Sky Shadow though.
But there's a chance.
I mean, you're a 3 tough 2 to start. You're only a 4 attacker. I don't think the numbers are in your favor. Yeah, so he just gets Pierce 2 out of it.
Yeah, so he took the safer route and attacked the Perceptor.
Right. So that puts in a 10. I mean, if the Ominous can get to 5 attack here.
So what I would do here is first look through my graveyard or through my scrap pile and see how many orange blacks are left in my deck, because I would just swing on the Sky Shadow.
So that's.
He got an orange black.
5 Pierce 5.
Yeah, which is all he needs to do.
Yeah. All right, so he did kill. Yeah, he did KO the Sky Shadow there.
So now Jempty gets the Perceptor flip.
And then he gets an Ominous to most likely KO an Ominous. unless he somehow can KO that Ominous outside of combat. Which, I mean, it's possible, but it's unlikely.
Yeah, agreed. Especially with him being melee, like, it's going to be tough.
Right. Alright, so end hostilities, grenade launcher, reflect damage. Still not a bad card at this point. It's still an okay card to get. It definitely, potentially could save his Perceptor a turn. Or at least force an attack into Perceptor rather than KOing out of combat.
Which he's likely to be the target next turn anyway.
Right. And another Hollow Matter.
So the only cards that are relevant are, well, I guess the end hostilities is relevant. So you can't.
I mean, the grenade launcher is pretty relevant.
Right.
Because like it does, since you don't have any blues in your deck, like him getting a 7 attacker even out of the Grax, out of the Briscoe is still a big deal.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I think he also needs it to KO the other Ominous, like to guarantee the KO.
Yeah, this might be. I think I'd have to go like a 3-1 split here and put the grenade launcher by himself. And just make him go, all right, you can either play defensive or you can have your one offensive card. Because the chances are that the Perceptor doesn't untap to even attack again.
How much health does he have? 15? 14?
He has
14.
14. I mean,
so he puts reflect.
I think I would just take the grenade launcher and the reflect.
It depends on what else is in your hand. Like, I mean, the Hollow Matter represents just as much as the reflect.
I guess the Hollow Matter is pretty good there, and then end hostilities is also just blank you. So yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess it's just whatever. That just definitely plays off what's ever in your hand at that point. I mean, he's obviously asking for cards in the scrap pile, but like he's about to shuffle, so like I'm not even sure if it matters there.
He wants to try to figure out what's in his hand.
Fair.
So he wants to figure out if the reflect is worth it for any one individual thing, but
I think the security blanket of the Hollow Matter is just all around good because it even gives you like the 3 defense, etc.
I mean, that pile is clearly superior to the other one. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, if you need the +1 from a grenade launcher, then your hand is just crap. So, I mean, you should have a javelin or something in your hand that oh jeez, I don't understand this.
The thing about the reflect is that also potentially represents a way to KO the Ominous if he doesn't have anything. I mean, like if you just go grenade launcher here, then that's going to be kind of a real feels bad. I don't think I would go that route. I think I would just set the reflect. That helps.
Yeah, the reflect means he can't play any black cards.
Right, because then you just get the KO the Ominous.
Right.
So like, that's maybe the route you just go. But like, I definitely don't think you can just be like grenade launcher my Ominous here. Like that cannot be the play.
Yeah, so he plays the reflect. What does that do?
It just guarantees the KO at this point. Unless he's going to go after the bull, which I don't agree with at all. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I mean, he doesn't get there without it, other than the reflect that he just set. So that's the only like real truth there. But I guess now we still know he still has a grenade launcher, so he still has like that powerful card.
I guess.
And we're in a position here. Well, I'm saying because we're in a position where this Horribull has to KO Perceptor this turn, and the reflect represents where he can't kill a character out of combat. Like it's basically impossible. Mm-hmm. And because of that, you're in a good position because that means now no matter what, if he somehow doesn't KO the Perceptor, which is unlikely. you still have this Pierce 4 character, and then you now also have a grenade launcher in your hand, so you're still representing a ton of damage. I don't know if it's enough, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he can necessarily KO out of combat without playing well, he's going to play the grenade launcher that he's had since like turn 2.
Yeah, unless it went somewhere.
Yeah, he played the Scoundrel's Blaster.
That's guaranteed Pierce 2.
Which is not a guaranteed KO, but I mean, okay.
Like, so if we move here, we get the move of damage. So it just needs, he only needs to flip 1 black to make this a KO.
Oh, right, because of the Pierce 2 to start with.
So, like, unless this isn't Reflect and he just, like, got him, like, that would be great, but that seems unlikely. Unless he's going in Ominous. Is that what he just did? Or just thinking about it?
I would not go into Ominous. There's the black needed, so.
It's definitely the Reflect, I assume. Wow.
What? I'm so confused.
So, with this setup, if the Perceptor can't KO, which, if we're being somewhat honest, is a little unrealistic. I mean, he's at 7, 10. With the grenade launcher, he's at 11. So -2 is 9. That's only 10 damage. He would have to find another powerful card to get through this, because the truth is that if he can now KO the Perceptor out of combat, then he can KO the Grax. Or the Briscoe, I should say. But I think
it's so aggressive.
I don't think you can lose to the Briscoe and the Ominous, which is the only reason why I think I would have KO'd the Perceptor.
Right.
Like, I think this gave Jempty an out to where, like, okay, if I have an aggressive action here, I can actually do a ton of damage.
Right. I mean, we know he doesn't, though. That's part of the problem.
It's very unlikely that he does, unless he just drew one. But we know he has a grenade launcher, so, like, he can get a +1, but I don't even know if you can rely on that. Like, unless you, like, absolutely have to rely on it, it's definitely a tough call.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, with that Horribull only having 1 damage, to me, like, there were mistakes made throughout the game to be reaching this point where the last character left only has 1 damage on him and you have 11. Like, it just doesn't make this should not be the situation.
Yeah, like I said, just 3, 4, that's 7, 10. Grenade launcher's 11. I mean, he's drawing 2 cards per turn. Yeah, you definitely need. Yeah, I mean, that helps for sure. It prevents you from being KO'd out of combat. So I actually like that play a lot. If you can't kill him, the problem is if you can't kill him, you're still in a, like, kind of a bad position. Ooh.
God.
So with that, let's see. That puts us to 9. Tap in Hollow Master. Yeah. So just 7. So he's going to take 5.
Yeah, so now 11. So now the grenade launcher represents a KO next turn.
Right.
So now Christian has to KO him this turn.
Yeah, and he's going to have 5 cards of gas. So, I mean, he definitely has some stuff.
I don't know what green he just picked up, so.
Counter espionage.
Okay. He can just counter espionage the grenade launcher if he wants to.
No,
he knows he has.
He can't. You can only hit an action.
Oh, actions. Okay.
It's not espionage.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was name any card.
It only removes actions.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. So the Mountain Misters helps. So what's that? 3, 5, 7. Secret action. Even the score would be my guess. I think you have to flip here though. Yeah. So give yourself the extra. So that's 8.
8.
That card's super pixelated. I think it's a 9 though. So he has 4 defense. He takes 5 and lives. Unless I'm counting wrong.
Wait, he has 4 defense, right?
Do you had yourself at 4 defense? I just want to make sure there, because of the hollow matter. 1, 2, no, 3 defense. You're good. Never mind. You're good. Yeah, the first card's a Spy Master's Roost. I was thinking he was in alt mode. Yeah, so that's probably that, because this could even be. I believe Christian has the one hold line too, right?
That's what the card is.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, it's either hold line or even the score, but yeah, I imagine it's just hold the line.
Just flip it over and show us that it's hold the line, so we can go to the next game. Because this was
grenade launcher.
This to me was just another game thrown away.
Yeah, I mean he had points where he put the shields up and then didn't use the shields, and it definitely came back to haunt him.
Yeah, this was like infatuation with Spy Master's Ruse for no reason. Okay.
Grenade launcher, bigger they are. He gets there. Maybe. So 3, 7, 9 minus 2 is 7. Puts him on 1.
Yeah.
He had to flip an orange. Oh no, it's only 1 in that mode, so no, he gets him.
Oh yeah, okay, exactly.
Yeah. That's right.
So now what's Briscoe's stats?
A 3/3. So if that grenade launcher is still in his hand, which unless he pitched it at some point, I'm pretty sure he has it. I don't know that Briscoe can survive that, because he doesn't have any armor. It's just 3 health. When you start at 4 attack, you're in good position.
Yeah, so all he just needs is any like realistically any weapon.
Fusion board be okay.
Yeah, obviously.
I don't know that he has the nuts, I guess, at this point. All right, so he has Viper position. So that's 5, Pierce 6, Pierce 2. And that's a dead Briscoe. All right.
Even 6, he had to flip 2 double blues to stay alive.
Right. Go into game 4.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there was just way too much damage, way too weak of Peaster Tyrannies that went on that game.
Yeah, we saw that same type of play in the top 4 where he didn't value the Perceptor earlier. He didn't want to put the Perceptor out there to be attacked. And I think this time that haunted him. Last time it didn't haunt him as much, but I think in this game it definitely haunted him a bit, because not being able to KO, correctly after that point, it was you kind of just left yourself vulnerable for no reason.
If you attack with the Perceptor first, and then you get to flip the Perceptor, there's a huge percentage chance that you're going to draw one of your ways to KO the Sky Shadow out of combat. And then you just swing your Sky Shadow into their Sky Shadow.
Yeah.
There's no even the reflect counts as out of combat at that. Well, right. That doesn't really matter.
The real truth is that he needed to hit the orange if he decided to attack the Perceptor. Now,
only to get the absolute KO, but then he gets
right. The point is he gets the flip with Perceptor, which gives him 5 more cards essentially to look at.
Which he didn't consider.
Right.
That's just all there is to it.
Yeah.
It's just bad.
I imagine he's going to go first again. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen this play a lot.
Yep.
All right, so we get to 5. So we get to put 3 damage on this time. That looks like a yep. No greens to be had on this first turn.
No.
And then we've seen this line of play a couple times now, where, these early turns they're kind of just telegraphed at this point. There's not really much to change up.
No. It just comes down to what the first play the Christian makes is. Like if it's a pocket processor, if it's a relevant combat action that's just going to put free damage on him that wouldn't otherwise get there. I mean, really, any combat card he plays is just going to be free damage. So, that's the easiest route to go.
Yeah. We get a bull flip. And energy capsule. All right, so we get a point of damage and just an extra attack. So we got 6 there. I can't see that first card because of the glare, but it's at least.
I think it's a bashing shield.
Okay, so it's 4. Takes 7. Yeah, it was 7. Okay. The little proxies sometimes hide themselves.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what it was.
The way he flipped it, he covered it.
I guess it wasn't a bashing shield. I don't know what the first card that Jempty flipped was, because if it was a bashing shield, he probably would have taken it. So we have hovercraft, which is good. Stable cover, which is fine. Checkpoint, which we know he won't play.
And bashing shield.
And a bashing shield. So I'm pretty sure you just take whichever one the hovercraft is in.
We haven't seen a hovercraft played yet, and so
he only has one of the. He only has one of his decks.
Yeah, it is only one of, yeah. But it seems like a fine card to put on your plane.
Yeah. So I would just split the stable cover and the hovercraft.
Oh, he was just essing the. Sometimes the camera pixelates weird.
So those are the 2 relevant cards to me. So just split those and make sure that
It looks fine to me. I don't know what's going on. Unless someone needs a judge slip. Uh-oh. Are they pulling it out? Am I getting a judge slip? No? Yes, no, maybe?
I thought Christian was frozen there for a second, but he just wasn't moving.
That's fair. We're in the tank. Oh, okay, judge. Hold, please. Hold on a second, guys. Bum, bum, bum.
You're not.
Oh, what the heck?
Hey, what's up?
Christian can't see me.
Oh, weird. Yeah, I can definitely see you. Okay, so the only thing I think of is if you just try and reset and join the call, Chris. Just working out some technical difficulties, guys. We have Robot Christian, guys. We're working it out. Back from Perceptor flipping.
Yeah, I don't think Christian knows what the cards are yet, though, right?
How about that?
Oh.
Damn. Can you hear me now?
Okay. I think they're working it out. Christian kind of went. We kind of lost him there for a second, guys.
Internet issues, clearly.
Yeah. All right, so we're back on. So same as Ceptor. Hovercraft, Bastion Shield, Checkpoint, Stable Cover are our cards. Christian's working through it now. We definitely went Robo Christian there for a second.
I know from experience that just means weak internet. So.
It happens, yeah. It definitely happens. Happens to the best of us.
So he did exactly what I said, which was split the stable cover and the
Checkpoint.
Yeah. No, split the stable cover and the
Oh, Hovercraft.
Yeah, because they're the two relevant cards.
Touche, Matt. Touche. Man, throwing digs at his own brother. Whew.
I mean, this is what I would have taken. This is exactly what I would have done and exactly what I would have taken too. Because I just don't think that I think the hovercraft's just more valuable, obviously. But I mean, when am I? Have you ever known me not to say that hovercraft is the most valuable? So
I don't know. Scotland is armed hovercrafts. That happens often. The hovercraft was with the checkpoint.
They will never get played. We know that for a fact. So
it's probably true.
So unless he has,
He's trying to work it out.
are they still having issues?
I mean, with him grabbing the mouse, I'm assuming so. He might have fixed it though. Oh, all right, throwing all the digs now. Go chat. All right, there's the hovercraft. Ping, ping, ping. And what's our follow-up? Do we have a checkpoint follow-up? Nothing. No action.
There's just no words.
Bold 2. Bold 2. Matters. Didn't matter necessarily, but it matters. Oh, and he got the one blue. Look at that. There it is.
Yep.
Makes up for the hovercraft.
Right. Sort of.
Okay. Oof. So he opted not to take that scoundrels, which I don't know if I don't think that's wrong or right, so it's fine by me.
I think his deck will flip over by the time he actually would need it.
Probably.
So I mean, assuming he has better upgrades in his hand. I mean, like
yeah.
I think this telegraphs that you do have better upgrades in your hand, obviously,
Well,
if that's something you're concerned about. But
I mean, if that's the case, that's the case, right?
I mean, I think that's what you're saying by not taking it. So
Man, we
I mean,
have 6 cards in our hand and we didn't play in action. Sheesh.
Look, man. Whatever.
Sheesh.
You don't. I mean, this again is clearly why you should have played Security Checkpoint, because we know his hands full of upgrades. You have the card draw mechanism on your side of the field built into your card, and you're just like, nope, I'm not going to checkpoint ever. Like
Yeah.
this just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, sometimes you got to play to your strength, and Perceptor definitely helps you find cards.
Yeah. I don't care if you have 5 upgrades in your hand and 1 security checkpoint. I still think security checkpoint is right here.
All right, so we got a Mag Ray. Lots of spreads. 2 to Perceptor, 1 to everything else, and then Horribull trigger. What you got? And Horribull should end up on 5 here after the trigger.
He's at 4. I don't know what he was on to begin with.
Yeah,
Was he on 3 before this all started?
the Horribull has to have 1 more damage off the trigger. You were on 3, and then you went to 4 from the Magnetic Ray, and then 1 from the trigger. Yeah, thank you.
He's going to flip back and put himself at 4, but that's neither here nor
That's okay. It's better than putting himself at 3.
I know.
Matters.
Oh, I know. He's just deciding if he wants to play the obvious upgrades he has in his hand before flipping back.
I can't imagine if it's a black upgrade, you know.
Yeah, it was a
Right.
grenade launcher.
Yeah, so you just get the flip here and just move, which is fine.
Yeah, totally. Now he just swings into the plane, I assume.
So with that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 4. So 3. So like if he had put the damage from Horribull onto the plane, he could have KO'd the plane there. But
Oh yeah, we've said this many times.
yeah, he's just not valuing that attack, I think. Where he's definitely very much going for the out of combat KO. So here, I think you definitely have to take this Reflect, because chances are you're going to KO something with Perceptor on this turn.
Yeah. All right, so he got rid of the handheld blaster, which is one of the many upgrades he has in his hand that he refused to security checkpoint away.
Yeah, I mean, that checkpoint right there, I mean, that could have just saved him 4 damage, for sure.
Yep.
Like, unless that was the card he drew off the top, but still,
We know it wasn't, because he would have taken the Scoundrel's Blaster.
it's very possible. Mind you, once again, we're 4 games in, no showing offs. No showing offs.
No. So he has to have other. I assume he has to have other upgrades in his hand. That's why he didn't checkpoint last turn. But I mean, like, who knows?
So we have a
There's
Holler,
one of them,
and-
which I don't really understand. He has Reflect.
So 5. Well, the Reflect still targets, so it's okay. This just prevents him from further damage. Like when you combine, you would still target, and he can still just reflect the target. It doesn't matter about the damage.
But I would assume he has other upgrades. Oh man. Ay, ay.
So he's going to be at 14.
So would you keep the hovercraft here and take one more damage, or would you keep the 1 less damage?
The hovercraft re-triggers?
No.
Oh,
But you get to keep it as a weapon if you would have sacked the other guy that had one less damage on him.
I don't know that the damage matters at that point.
Then does the 1 matter?
I think the 1 health is probably more relevant.
Okay. I mean, we'll see what happens. I really hope he went for the tank here.
Is that 10? Yeah, I mean, the tank is like ultra mega dead. Anyway, anything attacked was mega dead.
And he went for the plane.
Oh, well, that's okay. The plane had less damage on it.
No, the plane had more damage on it. It was 5-4 on the plane.
That's right. So the bolt does nothing at all.
Yeah.
with this line. And then the only green I see is another Reflect. So I doubt he takes that one.
Yeah, so now, unless he just drew Piece of Journey off the top, I don't understand why he took the Reflect the turn before then. Because these Reflect don't do anything.
I mean, they do things, don't get me wrong, because they can still just set back awkward, horrible triggers.
Sure.
But, like, once again, here we're in that situation again where now he has to have an upgrade that's going to help him KO the Sky Shadow. Otherwise, this Piece of Tyranny just makes zero sense.
Yep.
And if he doesn't have it, then he has to have, like, mega defense mode. That he has the same scenario where he has to flip, Perceptor and go for the extra defense.
Yeah, I mean, because he has to take out Sky Shadow here, and then Ominous.
I assume that's a Reflect.
Which is, I don't get. This has to be a weapon. Okay, good. So hold on now.
Only 8.
I mean, that's gonna get there exactly.
Oh, he has 14 on. Yeah. So like he has to. Oh, he flipped the extra orange too. So and we knew the blue was down, so he does get him. So in the end, the PTT pays off because he has the X, thankfully. And then he has whatever he rues down, whether it's Reflect or something else potentially. At least at that point, he's still very shields up because he has the Hollow Matter protection. And then like his Sky Shadow still has 6 health and his Perceptor still has 9. So he's definitely in a good position here after that PTT where I was slightly worried about it for a second.
So then did he just draw the axe? Because if he didn't just draw the axe, then we're in the same exact situation we've been in the whole time. He should have swung with the Perceptor first, right? If he had the axe.
I mean, I assume he valued the Hollow Matter to prevent the 3 damage more. That would be my guess.
So now we're talking about trading 3 damage.
Right. No, I know. I'm just saying I'm just going with the line that I'm seeing he's taking is that he valued not taking 3 damage and then just going with what he had. But to me, I don't know. He had 6 cards in his hand, so it's very hard to tell.
Yeah, see, I played during Necro Summer, and I'll take 3 damage to draw cards.
I mean, I played Warlock in World of Warcraft. I'm all about it. I know. I'm in favor of life taps. Shout out to anyone that plays World of Warcraft ever.
Shout out to anyone that understands at all what we're talking about.
Yes, I'm sorry I had to go off key there, but Scott started it. I just wanted to finish it with a game that I care about. All right, so here this is, is it just like auto recall Reflect? Because here's the thing: if he auto calls Reflect, he now gets the second one in Jemptys' hand also, right? Because I'm pretty sure Jempty had 2 of them.
Yeah. So wait, what happened? Can he flip Reflect to stop the damage that would happen from? Okay, are we sure?
Yeah.
Does my question even make sense, or am I just completely wrong?
I've thought about it a bunch. Yeah, no,
Okay.
You trust me, I've thought about it.
Okay.
That's why I had a good answer for you immediately.
It's a fair question, right?
Yes.
So he has no weapon here, so it's gonna be tough for him to actually KO him.
Right. No, but the reason you're active player, both triggers, so you just choose how they resolve.
Oh, okay. But so there's nothing to even reflect is the point. Because you just get rid of it before there's anything to even
correct.
Reflect. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's there's no damage trigger for the reflect is what it is.
So I don't like attacking Perceptor there at all because Ominous could have just gotten.
Yeah,
could have just gotten Sky Shadow.
He totally could have just gotten lucky and hit him. I agree.
I mean, because all he needs, he would need, I guess, he would realistically need 2 Pierce.
Yeah, I mean, right now he has to flip like double orange black type scenario.
Oh, he's not. I don't think he's gonna. I think he's just gonna continue to pile. I mean, I don't know. Well, he's what 3 Pierce 4 now. So yeah, it's gonna be really hard for him to get there.
Which 5? No,
It's
so he's
all,
a 6.
it's all ours.
Yeah, so he's just pierced 3. But he didn't get a blue, so wait.
He got one. He got one blue.
Where's that reflex armor at?
That reflex armor is like from the last flipping.
Oh, okay, he's just had it for a billion years. And it's the melee too, so he definitely was like...
No, it's not on there. That's from the last flips.
Oh.
But it doesn't matter. He lives at 1 damage.
Right.
Everything's correct.
Right. Okay, so that's real bad.
This was real bad no matter what. I mean, I knew this was real bad, like no matter how you slice it. So
yeah. So now we get some piles. Javelin seems okay here.
I mean, any weapon at all is going to be like
stable cover. Also seems
like,
pretty good here.
Any weapon at all is going to be a KO Horribull.
I mean, let me think about that, because the javelin just goes into Horribull, puts him to 7, then you have 8 attack. So that's another 6. So like you have to just find an orange, and you get to KO him, and that's without any other card plays.
Right. Like without even having played a card like at all, right?
Well, without playing an action, so.
Right.
Or I mean, the axe is probably a safer call for what it's worth. I think I'll just go with the 11 attack. Because 11 attack is 9, and that's lethal. Yeah. So you at this point for Christian, I think this is just it's almost auto 4-0 at this point. Because there's no way you're KOing that Perceptor out of combat here. He went 3-1. He took away the stable cover, which, for what it's worth, is I guess that's fine also. Because like he could have, because he could have played the axe and the stable cover, and then like just completely void out the ominous. So I definitely agree with that.
The only card that matters here is the axe, but like I totally agree.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, so now it's just completely over. It doesn't even matter. I think this is not even necessary. Unless he just KOs the ominous here. I don't know. Oh,
that's the play. So he's gonna go with that play.
So he's gonna KO the ominous outside of combat.
Yeah. And then just swing for 8.
So now we're in a situation where if he can,
we're not really in that situation. But sure, I know what you're saying. It's very unlikely that it like, because he has 18 damage on.
I mean, this is a mistake, obviously.
Yeah, you definitely just KO the Horribull for sure. Like that's definitely the way I go. I mean, like he's gonna scoop it up anyway, but I think that play was awkwardly reckless. Where you just take your axe, you just straight KO the bull, and you just move on.
Yeah, you don't even play the Camion Crash at all.
Yeah, because like I said, there was 5 damage on him, and you have representing automatic 9 damage. And that's 14. So you just KO, and you're like, all right, beat me with your 2 little bots.
Right, and then he swings ominous into him, KOs him, and then it's your ominous and your Perceptor still existing.
Yeah. You're
and like all these axes and all this other crap and all this other stuff. Like you have 0 chance of losing. Here, you technically could have lost to like.
I mean, it's definitely tough to lose there, no matter what. But you're definitely giving the outs.
Yeah.
Well, we did get a game 5, so. Unlike everything else in the top 4 where it was 3-0s and 3-0s and 3-0s, we get to play a solid 5 games here. Now, the question is, do they bring in the gears now?
No, I don't think so.
I think they're mulling it over. I think there's a chance that Jempty asked to go to the bathroom, and I can respect that. Because we're at an hour and 50 of the stream now, so they have been playing. I mean, they've been sitting there for 2 hours because we started about 10 minutes before stream. So I can totally respect the I need to pee. I'm okay with it.
So there, the Peace Fraternity clearly worked out.
Yep.
I really still don't think it was 100% necessary, quote unquote, but it did seal the game.
I've been mulling this over a lot, watching these games, and there has been incredibly amazing Peace Through Tyrannies that have been played throughout this tournament, 100%. There's also been some incredibly poor Peace Through Tyrannies played throughout the tournament. So it definitely goes both ways, and I think you really need to weigh and really need to solve that second turn and for what it's worth, even that first turn, to where, we saw already in this matchup alone where one time it did not work out, and then this time it did, so that helped. But to me, it's those P2 turns, you need it, to me, they have to be home runs. If they're not home runs, I don't think they're ever worth them. Like, I don't think it's ever worth it to go, if I don't play Peace to Tyranny now, I will never be able to play Peace to Tyranny. I don't think that's an excuse to play Peace to Tyranny.
Yeah, I agree. That's never been an excuse. I've always said if you can't KO 2 characters, it's not worth it. The problem in this format is that's never actually the case because of the Titan Masters.
Right.
So like you're always in these really awkward situations where like you're not actually like tapping your opponent out. You're not actually getting a free swing. Like, I mean, you generally are, but like
you are, but you have always. You are, but you have to change up everything we used to do.
Right, you're not taking it. You're getting a free swing, but you're not taking an attack away from your opponent all the time because they get another character.
Right, and sometimes that's what you want. But like we saw Christian's PTT, and I believe it was game 1, where he PTT'd and then KO'd after he attacked twice. So like at that point he was, I think Christian might have froze here. I haven't seen him move.
No, me either.
Yeah, it looks to me like he's frozen. He might have to reset. I see Jempty moving. I don't see Christian moving. Okay. It looks like he's starting to come back at least.
See, guys, Octagon has viruses. You shouldn't put it on your computer.
I can't hear you, Jempty. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at Scott.
Shouldn't put those unapproved programs on your computer. None of this stuff would happen.
Hi, chat.
I'm here.
Game 5.
They can hear you right now, Jempty. Did he just disconnect, or did you hear him go?
I think he's resetting whatever he's resetting again.
Okay, that makes sense.
Game 5.
You guys pulled it off. That's all I wanted. I wanted you guys to make me earn my money tonight,
And these have been some intense games.
I agree. Was it decide who's going first already?
Yes, he's going to go first.
Okay. There you go, chat.
Clear.
Spoiler alert. He's going first.
Who is?
Spoiler alert. Sky Shadow's going to go first, chat.
Yeah. Sky Shadow's going to go first. Yeah, I let Jempty on chat for now so he's talking to you, but he can't see you, obviously.
And I don't have the stream open, so I have no idea what's going on.
That's good.
Obviously.
It's okay. What's going on is Minnesota. Oh. Let's see.
Minnesota.
Are we back?
Oh.
Are we back, Minnesota?
Oh.
Hey, guys.
Yep.
I haven't heard him yet. I don't see him either. I don't know if you do.
I just see his thing spinning.
Yeah, swirls, yeah.
A little spinning Minnesota wheel.
Let's see.
We hear you.
Oh, I hear him.
Oh, there we go. I hear you now.
All right.
Hey!
Sorry about that.
All right.
This is some.
It's okay.
It's internet,
It's
yeah.
okay. Even your brother is throwing shade at you for having bad internet. So just,
Yeah, that's pretty normal. That's a very common thing.
All right, guys. Good luck. I'll talk to you guys after the game. Christian, I
good.
told Jempty, thanks for making 5 games. That's really all I wanted tonight.
You know what? You're welcome. I'm here for you.
Good luck, guys.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, and we're back. Bing, bing. I'm done. I'm muting myself. Don't yell at me. Okay.
You're good.
No, I was still talking to them.
Oh.
I've been a lot better at catching myself. All right, so for the second time, we have the Horribull Shadow list going first. First time he went into Perceptor. I imagine that's probably the same play. Oof, double blank. This is going to hurt. So we get to 8.
Is one of them?
Yeah. So we
1,
can take
2, 3.
6. Yeah. Maybe more? Was it more than that? 7. Okay. So that's a big hit on turn 1 for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Tap.
Yeah, I mean, so like, we're talking like if we have KB and Crash and upgrade, like that Perceptor, he might not be long for the world whatsoever.
No, and he flipped no greens. So like, despite having 2 Hollow Matters in his deck, like if he just plays a Hollow Matter here, I think that's probably the safest play and best play he can make.
Yeah, I agree. We have secret action though, so.
Which I can't even speculate anymore what this could be. So.
And for what it's worth, he has lots of choices.
Yeah.
6.
It's the 6.
That's not bad.
It's 4 damage. I mean,
Yeah.
You can't ask for anything better.
No, not from your tank. That's for sure.
I don't even think in an orange deck you could ask for anything better.
That's very fair. The token Bumblebee for our secret action. All right, so he has 5 cards. He is loaded up and ready to start shooting stuff.
Yes.
Let's see. He's mulling over the anticipation. Counter espionage. Huh. Interesting.
You have to name in hostilities.
You just name whatever you're afraid to, right? And then
You have to name in
you
hostilities.
name reflect. That's my guess.
That's I can't. I would have named it. There's no way you wouldn't have named it in hostility. I think that's a huge mistake. There's no innocent secret action it could possibly be. So like you just have to play to your opponent's not just like being super aggressive. So I don't understand that at all. But okay, it's fine.
So you get. So now that Perceptor's on 10 already.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, chances are that Perceptor that might not attack this game. So this is going to be a big old Pierce 5, Pierce 4, I'd say. So I mean he's at 7 attack to start.
Yeah, did he get his hand with the counter espionage?
White, flip 2 more.
Did he get his hand with counter espionage?
Did you guys check hands with the counter espionage? Just making sure, that's all. Okay. Thank you.
What is in there?
It was a Peace to Tyranny and Hostilities and Armed Hovercraft.
Well, if it was in hostilities, it goes. Oh no, that's
No,
right,
it
'cause
wasn't.
He didn't name
No,
it.
yeah,
He didn't name it.
No. Yeah, so the end Hostilities would have been a giant blowout there if he named it. Whew.
Which, for the record, I would have named.
Yeah, I think you just name whatever the worst card is on that turn, and Hostilities is definitely the worst card on that turn. And we're taking away end hostilities. What I didn't see the pickup. Was it a Hollow Matter?
No, it was a reflect.
Okay.
I saw a reflect in the pile. I can't imagine what else he would have taken.
Yeah, it was just I just assumed it was Reflector Hollow Matter. I can't think of anything else. Crash. Axe. Crash. And Stable Cover. So the Hovercraft deals 1. It's 5/3. All right, so with Hovercraft and Crash, he can definitely KO the plane this turn.
But then the Perceptor just
Right,
automatically.
right, and it just dies. Yeah, so you I guess you can't do that. I mean, so what you can do is you can just leave that plane at 2 damage, and then just KO it next combat. So like,
So Perceptor has what, 14 hit points?
yeah, he only has 4 health left, so you have to you pretty much have to play Reflect on it this turn.
I mean, do you just swing with him this turn?
Well, now not that he's in alt mode. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, that's
but,
right. That's right.
like,
I mean, if you get the tank, if you get the axe, do you just swing for 5 on the tank or something?
Yeah, there's a strong possibility that you just do that. I mean, we know that Jempty has the Peace to Tyranny in his hand, so
he probably won't.
I feel no matter what, we're going to see a Peace to Tyranny.
Because I'd rather Peace to Tyranny away the Perceptor, and then get.
There's a chance that you make that play.
I mean,
the only thing here is that if he does Peace to Tyranny, he's still going to lose like a Perceptor out of combat. But the Perceptor will be able to attack next turn But it's kind of the same scenario here, that if you just KO this this plane, like, he's gonna have 10 health left, and you can't do 10 damage with a Perceptor right now. So
No.
there's the reflect. No, he's taking it back. He's like, wait, no.
He's like, no, I can't reflect and peace.
Right.
But that's not the right play to do anyway. So
So he has the hovercraft. So I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, so now if he's able to just flip the oranges, if he flips a double orange, he will KO the plane, and then I'll get the reflect, and that's basically where he wants to be. And that's probably what I would bet on if that is reflect, and I'm pretty sure it has to be at this point. But I think that's what you have to bet on.
yeah, that's fair.
And we're just not going to get there. So it's just going to be 3 damage. And then, like I said, the only problem here is that, like, this reflect, whatever it's going to do, it's just going to reflect like a horrible damage or something like that. Which don't get me wrong, it's at least it's not wasted, and he just took the second one. Now, granted, if Christian has a second counter espionage, like, this game is probably just over.
Yeah, that's also true.
But now with the Kamian crash in hand, he can potentially next turn, he can set up a play where he can KO and do some stuff. But it's still, I think he needs a brainstorm. I honestly, I think that's Jemptys out. Would be if he has a brainstorm that so he can Kamian crash and Peace to Tyranny.
But he has a Kamian crash, right?
Yes.
So he can Kamian crash the plane outside of combat, and then.
Well, if he does that, I'm saying he won't have a reflect down. So, like,
I
just feel like at some point he needs. He's definitely he's gonna
Ruse doesn't help.
No, like I said, he's gonna need a brainstorm to, like, kind of get out of it. Otherwise, like, his Perceptor's just gonna die.
He needed the reflect to be on a ruse.
Right. He needed a ruse like this turn.
Yeah. Yeah, ruse is really important in this deck.
It's really good in this deck too.
Yeah, in certain, like, because it just allows you to have a lot of these. It allows you to actually, like, simulate a brainstorm,
Right.
like, on every turn.
We definitely know he doesn't have another counter espionage.
Yes, I mean, he might be considering whether or not he should KO his own guy outside of combat, but I doubt that with the reflect down. So I doubt that. So he might be out of, like, a lot of his hand might be full of stuff he doesn't want to play because he doesn't want to kill.
Like, if it's Mag Ray, Persistent Fire, Kamian Crash, like, any of these cards actually KOs his plane, and then the reflect damage goes through also. So he does have the counter espionage. Wow. Okay. Gets it. Did he not name? He had it named Reflect, right?
I imagine so.
Yeah. All right. So he gets it. Slow rolled that. He slow rolled it. So let's see. We're gonna put another damage on Perceptor there. The thing is, here is that Perceptor's not gonna die out of combat now. At least not this turn.
It is to the Sky Shadow trigger.
Well, there isn't going to be one.
Is he just going to swing it a Horribull then?
Well, the Horribull has to attack.
Yeah. So I'm saying, who's Perceptor going to attack to make sure he doesn't get killed?
Well, no, I mean, it's going to die out of combat, period. But I'm saying he's going to get an attack out of it. That's all. Yeah,
but he might get a Hollow Man right here. So
he did.
Just does. Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, I knew he was going to. He's going through so much of his deck that he's obviously going to.
Right. Yeah, so that Hollow Man is definitely coming through. So now that's also what he needed there.
Yeah,
because, like, now he has the Kamian Crash, and he has the Hollow Matter. The problem is that if he does it that way, then he's not going to have a way to KO. Like, he's not going to KO the big Sky Shadow, which might be okay, but it's I don't know that that's worth it. I think at that point I might just spread the damage out anyway.
Yeah, because he's only going to be attacked.
I mean, the other thing is, so all right, that's what it is. Jempty has the Peace to Tyranny. So
Right.
he can just Holomander, Peace to Tyranny, and then, just go from there. And it puts in that same concept where he's going to want to attack with the Perceptor first. Oh, that's what it is. So, like, this is that's the play, is that he's going to get the Holomaster back. He plays the Holomaster on Perceptor, flip to bot mode, play Peace to Tyranny, attack with Perceptor, KO, plane. And then he gets a full round attack with his Sky Shadow on Christian Sky Shadow to remove that from play.
But he won't have enough damage on him without a good hand.
Well, he has 9. I mean, he'll have a 9 attack to start, because this is the situation. Unless you have another weapon. Well, that's the other thing. He's still going to get the flip Perceptor also, so it's fine, because he's going to have the chance to find those cards.
Assuming he attacks in the right order.
That's what I'm saying. I think with this much damage on the plane, that is the only way you can do this. Otherwise, like, you're just wasting an entire attack, unless you're trying to like do it the other way, where you're trying to like kill the tank with Sky Shadow, which like maybe that's possible depending. Well, no, I think he's safe no matter what, actually, because the Holomaster is the only important part. Because if he Peace to Tyranny, he misses, he has another K-Main Crash, so he can still KO whatever even if he attacks the tank, he can KO it out of the combat, and then the Perceptor will just play cleanup. But what that does is it creates a miss on a Perceptor flip, which is what we've seen a couple times now.
So you Peace to Tyranny here. You attack with Perceptor into the tank.
No, into the plane. You
just came in and crash it outside of combat next time, and then swing the
sure.
Sky Shadow into it.
I mean, I guess it's no matter what, it's the same thing though, right?
No, your way is wasting a tremendous amount of damage from Perceptor's attack onto the eventual Sky Shadow.
Sure, it'll be a little bit more. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would do.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Because at that point, you don't even need the hovercraft either.
Oh, I don't. Well, you would keep the hovercraft anyway because you have less damage on that guy anyway.
Oh yeah, touche. There you go.
So
that's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah,
yeah. So this is like one of those turns. Like, this is the crucial turn, and potentially Jemptys tournament on the line here. So like this is a round that, like, this sequence you cannot mess up, because it could very easily cost you this game.
Yeah. So he has the Holomander Projector on Perceptor,
and then PTT.
Peace to Tyranny away the tank.
Yep.
Swing with the Perceptor onto. Well, he can do it in the other order. It doesn't really matter. But
no,
yes.
He needed to play the Holomaster first. Oh well, yeah. No, yeah. He just had to make sure he plays Holomaster before he attacks.
Yeah. Now he has to play the Holomander on the Perceptor.
Right. Because otherwise she's just going to die to a lightning bolt.
Yes.
Right,
yes.
There we go. Okay.
Now we have to swing the Perceptor into the tank. And he messed up.
He didn't flip Perceptor yet either. So, like, he's like way ahead of himself now. Or no, he did, because that's right. He went to alt mode. Never mind. So he actually wouldn't be able to KO anything with Perceptor. So he actually can't attack with Perceptor. Like, there's no guarantee that he could KO anything. But
I don't know what mode that thing's in.
It's in alt mode, because he flipped to get the Holomatter. Oh no, he didn't. He got it out of combat. You're right. All right, so he did. Yeah. Okay, he got it. He's flipping. We're flipping. We're good. I was definitely worried there for a second.
But he has to swing with that Perceptor into the tank.
Yes.
Because he has Camian Crash in his hand.
Yes. Yeah, because this is just 5. I mean, it's only like it's not even important. It's just the matter that he'll get the full damage out of the Perceptor is what you're showing for.
There's no other. It's the same amount of damage. No, so
right. So like, this is, as long as he goes into the tank here, I'm okay with this. Which it looks like he did. So like, that's fine to me. It's 9 minus 3, so he's going to take 6.
And that's not enough.
No, but the Camian Crash still KOs, and so it's still fine. The problem is he doesn't get the Perceptor flip again. That's the problem.
Right.
But now that Perceptor auto KOs anything, so it's fine.
But that Perceptor gets auto KO'd by the Ominous.
Well, that you can't win that anyway, so that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, is it? Well, no. There's a. No, well, I guess not. I guess there's a. He doesn't. No, he doesn't have 2 Kamian crashes. I was gonna say there's just. There's. Nah, I guess there's no chance he could do that much damage out of combat.
Yeah.
All right, so now we go to Peace for Tyranny turn.
Right.
Which, did he draw and everything yet? I don't even know what's going on.
We're going into Peace through Tyranny turn, right? Just making sure. That's all, guys.
All the damage is correct.
Yeah.
Right. This is the problem, is that now he has to attack with both guys. This is why it's such a big deal.
Oh, right, because he didn't KO. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Now I see the problem now. Gotcha.
But it doesn't matter. The Kamian crash still takes him out of combat.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
This is fine.
It's still kind of the same thing. Yeah, he still ends up with an ominous.
Yeah, this is fine. So,
and I mean, I guess at this route you still get the flip Perceptor and still get to find more cards as well.
I wonder. No, you don't untap. Stop. You don't untap.
No untap. Yeah, we don't untap. It's just thank you. But you still go. You still take your piece turn. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So, and like you said, we know he has Crash. Whoa.
What?
How is that the play? Huh.
Did he pitch the crash somehow? I don't understand what's going on.
Unless he pitched, maybe he did. Maybe we missed that. And even there, why would you play the secret action before you?
I don't know. You could piece again. Oh, you can't piece again.
No, you can't piece again. No, stop. Stop that. So second card is I don't know what that. I think it might be a checkpoint, but I'm not sure. I think it's 2 checkpoints. 2 checkpoints, Piece of Tyranny, Fusion Bore.
I don't understand where the Kamian crash is.
There's a chance he got rid of it. I don't remember. I wonder why he valued the Piece of Tyranny at 1.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch it back. I remember there being a Kamian crash split with some other card during Perceptor. I don't understand where the other Kamian crash is.
He's looking through now. I mean, there's
One.
one. So I think there's a chance, and he pitched it then, because the other one I think is under Perceptor.
Then all right. Well, then that's a mistake then.
Yeah, I don't know at what point he pitched that for what, but I didn't realize he pitched it. But if he didn't have the Kamian crash, then like the whole play is definitely a mistake.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, that's the only green he would have took, but he had 5 other cards in his hand. He's had 5 or 6 cards the entire game.
Yeah, the piece makes no sense then. If he doesn't.
No,
have
the
Kamian
piece
crash.
makes sense. You just have to attack better. That's the problem. Like it's just like if the piece is fine, if he just uses Perceptor to run into the plane, and then you just KO the combined form, like that's where he messed up.
I don't think he'll KO the combined form.
Yes, he would have. He would have had a 9 attacker, and it would have had 15 damage on it or 14 damage on it already. He definitely would have KO'd it. 100%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's fair.
That's the problem, is that he missed on the tank attack, and that's where it went all to crap, because he just, I guess he was just hoping he'd hit more oranges or whatever, but that was the turning point.
I think you have a banning going on.
So what are we attacking
What is
here?
that? I can't even see. Oh, it's a take. Is that take cover?
Yes.
Looks like a ratchet. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a backwards ratchet. I can't tell what
There
it
you
is.
go. Take cover. It's such a crappy Sky Shadow attack. It's just because like it's so much wasted damage. I mean,
I'm trying to think if there's any chance. I'm trying to think if there's any chance he can take out the other Sky Shadow with enough Pierce.
I mean, yeah, sure. If he gets, 3 black cards,
He would need like a.
he just needs 3 black cards.
No, it's 13. He would need a lot more than
Yeah,
that.
he has Pierce 4 to start.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So assuming that's what he did.
He
No, he
he
didn't.
just
Not-
swung for a billion.
Yeah. All right. So Briscoe will now take out Sky Shadow.
Assumingly, yes. All right, so we know he still has like 5 cards in his hand, so there's plenty of fuel there.
Yeah. I mean, all he needs to do is swing, and we have our giant continuous turn that always happens.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what you can play here that's going to make any difference, other than, like, to me, any weapons you play are just wasted.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, you need a secret action. That's the ideal play,
yeah, agreed.
but
But he
he
didn't play
gets the
anything.
4, so
I think mathematically that automatically does it.
yeah. Well, it's yeah. He had to do 1, so even if he got the scoundrels, it was good enough.
Yeah, I don't think he doesn't have to, unless there wasn't even any blues he could sideboard in. I don't think so.
No, it was just one scoundrel blaster in the 50. Let's see if Ominous can take down Sky Shadow. If Ominous can take out Sky Shadow, that's without a doubt the game here, and that's a pretty good start.
Is that a fusion board?
Yep. So that puts him to Pierce 5 minimum before flipping an orange. Okay. Oh, okay, and the fight position. So that's 5. Pierce 7 to start, so it just matters on flips here.
He'll be fine.
Probably. So there's 6. He just needs 1 more orange and he gets there. Nope.
In 3 cards.
Yeah. And he got there. That's a dead Sky Shadow. So at this point, it's pretty safe to say the game is over.
It's way over.
Yeah, I mean, unless we have our own fusion bore ominous swing with like a belligerence or something, to take out this as Horribull, I don't think there's much of a shot there.
No, you would need. No, there's no way. You would need Fusion Borer. You would need all this other stuff that's just not going to be there.
Yeah, you would a lot to go right. Yeah, you would need a lot to go right. This is definitely feels like the longest turn ever, though. The longest sequence. Well, he has belligerence. That's a good start.
Sure.
I mean, there's not a better play for him, probably.
As long as it's a Fusion Borer, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'd say that's because that puts him to 5, and he would have to get to somehow 8. It's incredibly unlikely. Don't get me wrong.
I think he has to get to more than that because of the armor.
Well, if it just gets to 8 Pierce, is what I'm saying. I said it's, incredibly unlikely.
Yeah.
But hey, sometimes you got to play for that.
I mean, I wouldn't just not play for it.
Right. Oh, there it is. So, and like you said, I pretty sure I saw that belligerent. So,
I don't even know how many blues he needs to flip here. That's so it's
7,
36.
Yeah, so -2 is 6. -3 is 6. Yeah, because he actually needed to flip one of the blacks to get, like, he needed a white and a black to get to Pierce 8. That was like his only way to guarantee it.
And then a blue would have turned into an orange, so he would have been fine.
Yeah, I know that he needed to find a black to get to Pierce 8. That was the guarantee.
Yeah, you're right.
Because otherwise, this is exactly what happens, where he just leaves him on 1.
Or leaves them on some number because it's a giant attack.
Right. Yeah,
it's
so
not
like
enough.
He like definitely needed a white, for sure, to like just to try and extend the cards.
So the armor kept him alive, actually. Interesting.
Dead Briscoe, dead Ominous. And those are the games. Okay.
All right.
Let me get everybody on here for a second. Scott, if you want to just click over to Discord, we can do that.
Do you want me to mute something or something?
Mute yourself in Facebook.
Okay.
Bink. All right, unmute Scott. Unmute Jempty. Unmute you.
I gotta unmute you still.
Okay. Hey guys.
There we go.
Hello.
Welcome to the stream. Congratulations, Christian, on your win.
Thank you.
Hell of a 5-game set for sure.
You're telling me.
I just said a few moments ago. This feels like the longest turn ever.
Tell me about it.
Because like that sequence just went the mega distance. It felt like.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, congrats, guys. Definitely thank you for coming on, for playing. It was a lot of fun. You entertained us for the last 2.5 hours, so there was that.
You're welcome.
How do you feel about the win? How do you feel about the win, Christian?
It was tough. It was real tough, let me tell you. Feels really good, though. Feels very good to finish out. I'm exhausted.
I could tell. It's been a long play there, so I can feel you. Scott, do you have anything you want to ask these guys?
No, congrats. It was entertaining. Well played.
Oh yeah, we can't hear
tournament.
Scott.
Oh yeah, he's
Hold on
They
a
have me
second.
muted.
Yeah, hold on a second, Scott. Are you guys? Can you hear Scott now?
Well, I haven't said anything.
Yeah.
No.
Go ahead.
I
Scott.
don't know.
Okay. Well, congrats. It was a well played
No, he's
tournament.
still muted, man.
Well, you unmute him. You have to unmute him.
How do I? No, it's got a little thingy next to his name. I can unmute him?
Yeah, you have to unmute him. Yeah.
Okay, hold please.
There you go. We're all learning. You have to get out of full screen.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Right click his name, unmute. Bing bing.
Exit full screen. You know what? Screw y'all.
All right.
I can hear him.
All right. Go ahead, Scott.
No, it was a well played tournament. It was a well played match at the end, and I think the modifications that Christian made to his deck made it more consistent and better off in these matchups. So I was impressed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Definitely a huge congrats, guys. If you want, you can just kind of hang around, but me and Scott are just gonna wrap up the event now, so it's all good.
Sure.
So I'm just gonna mute you guys just so, but if you want to stay in and listen, that's fine by me also.
Cool.
All right. Bink. All right. So Scott, this was the end of the first event. It took us about, what do we got? We started, I think, on like the 3rd or 4th of the month. So it was about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and we extended it on purpose. Don't get me wrong, a little bit, but. Definitely a fun event all around. I think everything, like I said at the beginning, everyone played really, really well. And everyone was really excited to play. Like those round robin events ended so quickly, probably faster than we anticipated. So I definitely want to thank everyone that played in the event and participated. Congrats to everybody that were in the top 4. And, even if you didn't get the numbers you were looking for and play as well as you were expecting, I think this was a huge learning experience for everyone that there's a lot to take away from the event.
Yeah, I thought it was great that the format was able to be played competitively in this way.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it showed that the medium is effective. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean that. We started the live streaming thing a while ago. At this point, it's been almost 2 months since we started, and we took this line because this was the medium that we had, that we felt was best for us to be able to play games and interact with the community. And then, this tournament kind of fell into our laps of it as an idea. So it was really great to host it. It was really great for everyone to play. It was a ton of fun for me to commentate. And I'm just happy all around that the event seems to me like to be a success.
Yeah, great.
Do we want to just leave off with one more time? I'll just show it off one more time, guys. The next event is going to be the release event. I will once again share this link so everyone can see. Bing, bing, bing. This is all the details focused on this. I believe on there you had it starting at June 5th or something like that. Is that the plan?
Yeah, I mean, unless it's basically like a week after release, so people have a week to get their stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Like sometimes, just start sometime during that weekend, because I mean, we'll be able to pull people's. We'll be able to figure out people's pools before then.
Right.
So it's
but
like physically getting the cards.
Yeah, it's a matter of, because I also imagine that we've already heard of some horror stories of stores not getting all their boxes, etc. So like if we feel that it's necessary, like, we will wait longer just to make sure everyone is getting products so they can play type scenario.
Yeah, it's just that the quicker we start, the quicker we can finish, and so the quicker we can have
start the next.
More events.
Yeah. So
right.
The current plan is if we can do it, we're gonna host an event every month. So, and then if it goes fast enough, then maybe it's more than that. It's hard to say, but the current plan, I think we're gonna aim for every month, every 6 weeks type scenario. But the release event should be a lot of fun. Like I said, I posted that link for you guys in the chat that are still hanging out.
We'll put it in the description of the video.
It'll be in the description of the video. We're going to probably post it to Facebook as well on the Vectorsigma page. And I'll probably go over it again in the month ahead video coming out. So, but we just wanted to end on that. I wanted to thank once again everyone there. The chat was awesome the entire event. I had a bunch of fun with you guys. Thanks for hanging out through us, and making it fun for us as well. And then I can't express enough congratulations again to Christian. Congrats to Jempty. You also still had a great event. Finals, still the finals, man. So let's just look forward to the next one.
Yep.
All right. Have a good night, guys, and I'll talk to everybody later.
See ya. Thanks, guys.